Well, he doesn't join practice. I would say I bet if you went around the league, he might be the only coach that doesn't join practice. And Belichick's been doing them for 3 decades. I heard who was I listening to? Oh, Dave Wanstead said he's like, yeah, he was talking to Coward. He said when he was the coach of the Bears, he used to join practice with Belichick when he was the coach of the Browns. Belichick's been doing joint practices.
Oh, wow.
I feel like joint practices, don't you just started over the last decade? I didn't realize maybe they happen every once in a while, but not as in vogue as like every team doing them. Maybe it's social media. They feel more, I don't know.
It definitely, I would agree that I don't think I was aware of joint practices in 1996 or whatever year that was, and let alone 2010.
Yeah. He said then they get both staffs together at night, and then like him and Wanstead would leave, because they would be usually in Cleveland or Chicago, wherever they were practicing. And he's like, the coolest part, it was career building. Both staffs would just stay in the room and just talk ball for the next couple hours.
That's interesting.
At night.
I wonder if it used to just be guys who like
knew each other.
We trust each other enough that we'll give each other feedback on our teams.
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible? Is that what you're talking about?
I wonder if Belichick was just so ahead of the curve of like, I can just get such unique practice with guys I know, like I'm friends with, and get work. Because you still fringe guy, do you really want to give another team? Like, even if it's your buddy, if you cut the guy and the guy, you just have a pretty unique insight to him. Like, I understand why Andy Reid he's never done them. He's been having a ton of success, obviously, without it. Why would he start doing them now? Because in his mind, why am I going to let you see any of my guys? Obviously, my core plays. Like, I run a lot of screens, right? There's certain, core tenets of his offense that have not changed. But he has to have a legit reasoning of like, why wouldn't he have just given in? Everyone else does it. But like, I'm not going to do it.
I guess no one goes live in practices anyway.
Well, they notoriously, even in today's like level of what the limits are, the Chiefs are at the top of the list of physical practices. Get after it, guys. Guys are blown away every single year. The rookies, like, this is crazy. Yeah. So maybe in Andy's mind, I go super physical with my own squad. I don't give anyone else any inside, but I still play. My starters do play, and like they get those reps that Debo was getting in practice. He has to get it in the game.
I wonder if he's got some data that says the injuries that occur, most injuries that occur are not, maybe concussions are blunt force injuries, but like a lot of injuries are muscle injuries, and those can happen when you're doing a practice at 80%. I mean, I would love to know if it's just his feel or if he has some like injury data.
Did you see Ayuk's comments on Minnesota?
No.
He hated it. He said it was boring. Like, he didn't like it.
Why? Did he explain why?
It might have been the second day. Maybe they kind of, pulled off a little bit. And I think there was like a lot of standing around maybe. He was like, he did not like it. And I just wonder, it's probably a weird situation, right? When you see another team, you kind of going to get in this mindset, like the game mindset on football. It's obviously not war or gladiators. No one's dying on the field, but it does, we use those like war and gladiator type, some of those sayings with the sport of football, right? And that visual, whenever a team comes out, a pregame locker room, just like, these guys are fucking in a different planet right now.
Yeah.
I wonder for some guys it's a little weird. Like, even Ayuk at practice, the day he was fighting Fred Warner, he's not coming out to practice thinking he's going to get destroyed or he's just working on himself. You're kind of like honing your own craft.
I think it's probably pretty weird when you're practicing against another team and part of why you're there is to help them.
It's got to throw some guys off.
I can see how Andy would rather I control 100% of what we do out here. I'm none of this practice. I don't have to consider what any other coach wants to do. I don't have to worry about anybody seeing anything. I trust my own players to play at a certain speed. Part of it might be if his practices are his physical, like the physicality of his practices. He wants to practice at that speed. He doesn't trust somebody else's players to practice at that speed with his guys.
Yeah.
It does feel like Mahomes, like you've been saying, you talked to somebody in Kansas City on that staff who thinks Mahomes looks like a different guy. I believe it 100% based on last year just felt like a weird Super Bowl hangover / just cruise control, but just kind of
started weird for sure.
Yeah, I could just see that sometimes the year after they never won it's not like it was their third championship. Would not I mean, I saw Eisen had a thing that they're like, I think the Chiefs are going to be good this year. And Jeff Schwartz retweeted, it was like, yeah, buddy. Yeah. But maybe their schedule's tough.
I saw someone tweet it out or Instagram it. Their first couple games are insane. I mean, their first like 6 games are pretty crazy. I do believe they're going to kill Arizona week 1.
Ooh, I like that bet. What's the
I don't think it's worth it for a lock of the week because Arizona's probably too talented to risk. I don't love the guy, but I'm not acting like Kyler Murray couldn't throw, a couple touchdowns. But Mahomes has 3 touchdowns. And, I mean, guys, he's thrown for 222 yards so far in the preseason. Now, he's like today, they played the backups for the Bears. Or at the
Still,
Commanders.
three touchdowns, I think, is probably tied for – I haven't seen the updated stats, but tied for the team – for the league lead. Kenny Pickett has 3.
So they go
He
Cardinals.
plays a lot more. Like his touchdowns per snap, Mahomes is probably very high. Oh, schedule. Cardinals, Chargers, at the Colts.
Where's
at
the Chargers
Bucks,
game?
At home. But 3 of their first 4 are on the road.
But that third game, they could come off a long week, right?
Yeah, because they play Thursday night against the Chargers, go to Indianapolis on a Sunday, then play Sunday night football at Tampa the next week. So that's a tough week.
If you ran a team, coached a team, fan of a team, wouldn't you pick that for your Thursday night game? First Thursday night game of the year at home? I don't count the Rams, Bills. That's like a normal game, right? I'm saying like true short week. Wouldn't you pick week 2 or 3, like immediate, or would you wait? Like, remember Niners last year was like Christmas?
Be as healthy as possible. Do you lose some of the? God, that's kind of weird. So the Chargers go road game on a Thursday after their opener. Do they play? When's the Chargers? Chargers play Sunday, week 1.
Yeah, play the Raiders.
Maybe that's why he's doing it. I guess he's always done this, but I wonder if they'll just be. Do they just start faster historically than other teams? It doesn't feel like they do, but Kansas City,
Tampa, who knows? I mean,
Tampa Sunday night. Then they come home and play the Raiders on Monday night, so they get an extra day there.